Hey guys, so today we're going to be covering the Oculus Quest Hand Tracking SDK, the Oculus Link cable, and how to get those working well with each other. So to start off with, I'm using Unity 2019.3, and I've already connected my Oculus Link cable and Quest to my laptop, so all of that is set up and ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Build Settings, and I'm going to look and switch to the Android build target. So in order for this to, if you don't see any of these settings or switch platform as an option, it might be that you don't have, and you don't, if you go to Unity Hub and go to your installs, take a look at the version of the editor you're using, and make sure you see this Android build support icon here. If you do not, you're going to want to go to Add Modules, check Android build support, and then make sure you also check OpenJDK and the Android SDK tools as well, and go ahead and install those through the hub. Once you've done that and come back here, you should see the same thing I do. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit switch platform. So a couple notes here. When we do switch platforms, one of the things we would usually do is choose a texture compression, opinionated texture compression, but we are not going to for the purpose of this since it's just a demo. And the second thing I want to point your attention to is this run device. So since I have my Quest already connected, I can select it as a run device. And what this means is that when I hit build and run, it's going to build the APK and run it directly on my Quest. So that's going to be what we want to do. So once we switch to Android as our target, we're going to go to player settings. And you can see here, we're going to select virtual reality supported. You see this, there's a box right now in 2019.3 talking about how this is deprecated and how Unity is moving towards the XR plugin management system. And that is something we'll cover in a future video, but for now, go ahead and ignore that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click that plus button and hit Oculus. What this is going to do is it's going to install the legacy input handlers and the Oculus Android package, which comes with a lot of the things we're going to need to run the APK on the Quest. So once we've done that, there's one other setting we're going to need, and it's if you click on Other Settings in the player, you can see here in the graphics API that we've got Vulkan and OpenGL. Go ahead and remove Vulkan as an option. It's not currently compatible with the way we're setting up XR. If we were using the plugin management, this would be fine, but since we're not, we've got to remove that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Window, Package Manager, and type in Oculus. So if you are using the Oculus Link cable, this right here is what's going to enable you to actually press play in the editor and see content in the Quest. But if you're not using the Link cable, you do not need to do this step. But since I am, I'm going to go ahead and install the Oculus Desktop plugin, and that's going to enable what we just talked about. So again, so if you're not using the Link cable and instead you want to build directly to the device, instead of what we just did, you're actually just, anytime you want to test, you're going to hit build and run here. And that's going to build the APK and run it directly on your device as long as you have the correct run device selected. So the next step, now that we've got all of that set up, is we're going to go to the Asset Store, and we're going to search for the Oculus Integration, and we're going to import it. So I've already got this set up in another project because this import process takes a while on my machine. So for you, what you're going to do is you're going to hit import, you're going to let it decompress, and it's going to pop up a modal asking you which assets you want to import. Keep all the default settings, hit import. So now that we've got everything imported, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and delete our main camera since we no longer need that. And we're going to replace that with our OVR camera rig. We're going to go ahead and open that up so we can see the left and right hand anchors. And we're going to add the OVR hand prefab to both the right hand anchor and the left hand anchor. And then click on the one you added for the right hand anchor and make sure we choose hand type hand right. And that's all we need to do to get hand tracking working. There is actually one more step, and it's if we click on our OVR camera rig and we look at this hand tracking support, make sure that you've selected either hands only or controllers and hands as your options. So now I can just go ahead and press play, and because I have the Link cable set up, I can go ahead and see my hands are showing up just as I expected them to. Now if you were building for the Quest without the Link cable, what you would want to do at this stage is you want to go to build settings and then hit build and run while making sure that the Quest you see the Quest here. Oh, and then you'll also want to make sure you add this scene to your build settings. So you would save it edit, and then hit build and run. So now that we've got that taken care of, I did want to show a demo scene that Oculus created that I think is pretty useful. So all I did here was search the project for train and then click that scene file. So this scene is really great for getting started because it includes a lot of the different interaction methods that you're going to want to set up in your own scenes. So I'll just start out by hitting play just to show you what it does. So you can see here, I can actually tap with one finger and I can change the hand styles. And I can also use the pinch gesture on certain objects in the scene, and they'll react in different ways, mostly audio cues. So I think that's a pretty good stopping point, a good introduction to kind of how to get this working. I'd love to get some feedback and hear what you guys want to see next, and I will absolutely be doing more tutorials on how to get things done with the Quest Hand Tracking SDK. So thank you.